Hello everyone, I'm Dr. Sri Banerjee, core faculty for the College of Health Sciences and Public Policy at Walden University with a joint faculty appointment at Ross University School of Medicine. And today I'll be talking about asthma and specifically the stigma that surrounds asthma in some places. Asthma control and management is especially difficult. Social support, asthma knowledge and awareness, and accommodation of health and academic needs. So now that we have gone over the asthma. Now, if you know me, I'm not usually a big fan of qualitative research, but I do believe that it has its place. And one area that I think it's important to get that qualitative data in place is in this one. He's not fat. He just has asthma. A qualitative study exploring weight management in families living with pediatric asthma. So as this article continues, we look at the abstract. It starts off by children and young people living with asthma have an increased risk of overweight or obesity, leading to increased severity of asthma symptoms. So the weight management has been recommended to improve asthma symptoms. However, there's actually limited understanding of how this is experienced or how children and young people with asthma and their families even wish to feel supported. So caretakers, along with the patient, a lot of times that dynamic helps to define what type of support there is. So with the qualitative methodology, N equals 9 parents and 9 young people, and data were analyzed using a framework approach. So findings indicated that family of engagement and weight management behaviors was primarily influenced by perceptions of risk regarding asthma outcomes and beliefs about asthma controls. One thing I can tell you is that when I was in a pediatric unit, asthma was something that we were emphasizing in terms of how to take the inhale properly, and places to live, not to live in damp areas where fungus is controlled, where fungus is provided, where you see fungus. So weight management support is unclear. Participants sought tailored support which gave considerations to the asthma-obesity interaction. Individualized weight management plans that consider families' concerns about asthma-related risk are needed to manage weight in children and young people living with asthma. So you could just quickly go over this. Children and young people is CYP. Children and young people living with asthma have several barriers. Pediatric healthcare professionals have previously raised concerns about discussing weight in asthma consultations, about weight stigma and insufficient weight management of knowledge, as well as limited community-based weight management services available for referral. So there was recruitment from 8 to 18 ages, proper research ethics were applied. And so just looking at children or young people, here's theme 1, and you had ethnicity, multi-ethnicity, but in England. So white British, about majority, I would say, and then 4 Pakistanis and 2 Bangladeshis. So depending on what individual it was, and age range was 11 to 54. No, 11 to 53, I believe. Yeah, so that was the age range for children and youth, or children and young people. So uncertainty as to which types of exercise were asthma friendly, because there's exercise-induced asthma, therefore acted as a barrier to physical activity. Greater, and I actually experienced this myself, greater practical exercise knowledge and support were thought to help bridge the gap between exercise concerns and exercise engagement. Some participants suggested a bespoke and safe exercise plan to be key to increasing families' confidence and exercise participation. There's a lot of statements here like, she got my confidence back actually too, like, it's okay if I do get out of breath, and I know that now that I'm not going to go into an asthma attack. So this goes into some people. My mom, because she was like, if you become a vegan, it will help you more with growing up, and like your body, your asthma, and yes, stuff like that. So some parents acknowledged that they were in an obesogenic environment and doubted whether a food-related asthma threat would deter the consumption of specific foods. So there's a lot of different dynamics. So the first theme that emerged from here is fear of exacerbation. The second is concerns about weight gain. They will laugh at me, say I'm trying to make up excuses. They say I'm too fat or something like that. Maybe that people would understand that I'm not too fat, and then maybe people would understand, yeah, he's not fat, he just has asthma. 3, a need for appropriate support. And so that concludes then there's a discussion. So the views and experiences discussed by families in this research shed insight into the multifaceted challenges of weight management faced by children and young people living with asthma. So findings suggest that in general, families' engagement in healthy weight management behaviors are contingent with their beliefs about asthma control. So that summarizes everything. I think the bottom line is there's concerns with weight management, and there's suggestion that families engage in healthy weight management. So that summarizes everything. The strengths and limitations also go over that. Other things is that Hugh and colleagues theorized that young people with asthma would reduce physical exertion if exercise-induced asthma symptoms was perceived as unappealing to peers. So this is saying that if peers don't like the asthma, then people stop engaging in physical activity altogether. So this makes sense in terms of children and young people. Go over the article, and thanks for listening.